What's up, guys? It's Ty with H24 Outdoors, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video where I break down three of my favorite rivers to kayak and fish right here in Arkansas. These are all going to be within drivable distance from central Arkansas, and these are rivers that I've fished and I've enjoyed fishing, and it's going to be stuff that y'all can fish. Primarily bass. There's some trout thrown into it, but for the most part, it's going to be bass and smallmouth bass at that because that's just my personal preference. If y'all want to see some videos where I show you guys some rivers that you can largemouth fish at, I can do that as well. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys. So I'm going to be starting this video off strong, and I'm going to give a disclaimer. These are going to be rivers that are probably going to be places that you float. I mean, obviously, you don't have to float, but these three places are pretty good flowing rivers that you're probably going to need to float, but I promise that it'll be worth it. Fishing rivers normally in Arkansas means that you're going to have to float unless it's just like stagnant, muddy water. But all three of these are going to be generally clear bodies of water. So I just want to get that out of the way just in case this isn't what you're looking for. But starting off, I'm going to go with the Buffalo River, and these are in no order. I like all three of these pretty much equally. But the Buffalo River is a river that flows through the Ozark Mountains of Arkansas, northern Arkansas, and it spans 153 miles. There's 59 fish species, and there are over 500 caves throughout the whole river, and I've personally seen some of those caves, and I can say that they're awesome. But the fishing on the Buffalo River is super fun. There's not going to be super big fish that you'll find. Now, there are some stretches that will have good fish in them and good smallmouth in them, but they're gonna be it's gonna be a river that you just go out there for fun. You're gonna have a good day with the family. Bring a kayak, bring a kayak, bring your fishing rod, and throw a Ned rig is what I would say. If you're a beginner and you're looking for stuff, I will tell you guys throw a Ned rig pretty much on all of these rivers and you're going to crush it. But the Buffalo River is super fun. There's a ton of floats you can do. There's a ton of float companies. The most common float being from Tyler's Bend to Gilbert. I feel like that's one that gets hammered a lot throughout the year, but that's kind of at a midpoint in the river. And the further down you go on the river, the deeper or the more water holds, and it kind of backs up when it flows into the white. So once you go farther down the river downstream, you will start to see that those floats are going to hold water more, and there are some better fish from what I've heard farther down. But in the floats that I've done from around Tyler and Gilbert area, there are fish to be caught. There's a lot of fish. If you go on a weekend during the summer, it's going to be getting hammered. I was just over there last weekend floating, and it was getting hammered by like everybody. But if you can find a way to slip in during the week, you will have a lot more success because those fish will be calmed down. But the fish still bite in the um, weekends, Saturdays, definitely the busiest day. You can probably get away with going on a Sunday. I personally never have floated on a Sunday, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a little bit less people. There's also a ton of cliffs you can jump off. I'll post a video of a cliff jump probably right now, but there's some cliffs you can jump off of. There's just big boulders in the water that you can jump off of and climb on. It's just a cool place. It's beautiful. I'll, as I'm talking about this, pop up some pictures from all these places. But yeah, love the Buffalo River. Moving on, I've got the Spring River. The Spring River is a 57-mile river that comes from Missouri and then flows up into northwest Arkansas. And that river is spring fed, as in the name Spring River, and it's a cold body of water. There are trout and smallmouth loaded in this place. There's some areas where it's a little too cold, I think, for smallmouth, so there's going to be only trout. But like I said, if you're throwing a Ned rig, I know guys that have caught, that they have caught trout on Ned rigs out there. I've never caught a trout on a Ned rig in the spring, But at the Little Red River under the dam, I've caught a few trout on a Ned rig, so they won't hesitate to bite it. Throwing a rooster tail on the Spring River is going to bring you probably the most success of any lure that you could throw, just because you're going to be targeting pretty much any species that's in that river. And yeah, the Spring River's super fun. Be careful because that's probably the most dangerous river on this list. I know that last year there was a crazy thing where there was this whirlpool that developed in the river, and I think it might have actually killed somebody. But be cautious, wear your life jacket all the time when you're out on these rivers. Um, as long as you follow safety precautions that are standard, you should be okay. And moving on, I've got the Ouachita River, and this is going to be one of those rivers on this list that's maybe a little less popular than the first two, but it is a 605-mile river that goes from the Ouachita Mountains all the way into Louisiana. And the Ouachita River is a super cool river because it is so diverse. When you start out on the Ouachita River, it is a clear water river. There's pools, there's rapids, and then it just slowly bleeds out and just becomes a muddy mess towards Louisiana. But the fishing that I'm talking about is going to be in the Ouachita Mountains. It's phenomenal. There are some big smallmouth. I'll post a picture up on the screen of a smallmouth I caught out there. Last summer, I was with one of my buddies and I caught that one out there. There's also some big drum. I'll post a picture of a big drum I caught out there. But it's a super fun river. There's a ton of fish in there. You honestly never know what you're gonna hook when you're out there. And once again, I was just throwing a Ned rig out there pretty much all day, and I caught anything, largemouth, smallmouth, drum. It was honestly just so fun getting a bite because you never knew what was gonna be on the other end of the line when you set the hook. But yeah, the Ouachita River is a super fun and a super underrated river. The access points on the Ouachita River are a little harder to get to. There's some places you can call up there and see what they have to offer. But when me and my buddy Cole went up there, it was a blast. We had so much fun. And I might have a video of that drum pulling my kayak around. I'm not sure about it, but yeah, the Ouachita River, super fun. Like I said, a smallmouth river, clear, just like everything else on this river or on this list. And yeah, that's gonna be the final river. All right, guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I honestly had a blast making kind of a different style of video here, and I just wanted to say if you guys have any questions about just any type of fishing, any like rivers or lakes, if you want me to do a video on like maybe some lakes to fish around Arkansas or some backwater to fish around Arkansas, I'm totally game to do whatever. I do a lot of fishing around Central Arkansas and have a lot of experience with places around here. So if you're wanting to learn about that, just drop a comment below and I will totally make a video on it. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And if you're already here, you might as well subscribe and give us a like while you're at it. So please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Peace, guys.